welcome back to another brand new episode of Careerwood. I do apologise for the break-in episodes. I've been extremely busy, but we are back today for the British Grand Prix. Quick recap on the championships. We are sitting pretty in P5, closing in rapidly on Maverick Vinales. Somehow we are doing bits on this Honda and putting it in place that shouldn't be. See here on screen now my overall statistics for the season. Anyway, it is time to go to Silverstone for hopefully what will be a good race weekend. Just quickly guys, if you do enjoy today's video, if you wouldn't mind, let me know with either a like or a comment, and maybe even consider subscribing for future videos. Thanks, back to the video. So the end of Friday's practice, and we by the smallest of margin have made it into Q2. Overall, not feeling particularly good. Second off, I suppose, or just shy of a second off in a 2-minute lap. It doesn't look too bad. It's a small bit everywhere, but I'm really forcing it to fit to get the lap time. So the only positive is when I'm behind other riders, I feel like the lap time comes easier just having that wheel, and I think that'll aid me in the races hopefully. But again, slow corners, just trying to get the power down and get out of them corners is where I'm struggling. As soon as we kind of get up third, fourth, fifth gear, I'm okay, but it's first, second, getting out of them slow corners, lots of wheelies, lots of wheel spin. So maybe a small bit of work for me and the engineer to do overnight for Saturday to see if we can get a sort of a qualifying. Of course, being here in England, in the United Kingdom, there will be definitely some weather to deal with at some point, even if it's not forecasted. So hopefully in qualifying we can make a step and be a little bit closer to the GP24s at the top. So end of qualifying 2. Got some good toes in that one. It felt decent. Actually felt quite good. I made a small setup change between for our practice 1 yesterday and qualifying 2 today. So I feel slightly better. A bit more competitive overall, I feel, over the lap time. It's still second off. Like if we go directly to Marcus, who's the only other rider in the top kind of 4, not on the GP24. I'm about 7/10 off, which is a bit more respectable in that sense. So don't feel too bad about that. Just the GP24s on another level, so kind of really compare myself to them is not really as much of an issue. The next GP24 of Morbidelli is only 2-3 tenths up the road. I have a tenth and a bit to Brinder on the fastest of the KTM boys. I would qualify Pedro and Jack. I would qualify Alex Marquez on the GP23. So again, I'm not a million miles off the factory Aprilia, so we're doing pretty good in my eyes to be getting this far up the grid. Now I do know the run to turn 1 isn't the longest here in Silverstone with the current layout we have, so it'll be critical if we just get the initial launch and get a good run into turn 1, and just kind of see can we settle in for the opening lap and kind of build upon that then. So looking forward to the sprint. It should be a good fun, very high speed track, really easy to make a mistake on, but it's a nice race track nonetheless. So it has absolutely opened the heavens for the Saturday evening sprint race. Have zero wet time on the track in these conditions on this bike, so quite a difficult one. There's no denying it. It's going to be a different race. It's going to be harder. It's going to be a bit more confusing. We might benefit, we might not. The race is supposed to dry up, but I still don't think we'll ever get to the point where we'll need to make a change of tires. So yeah, we just need to have a good lap. We need to just stay in the battle. The wet rain, the wet weather riding can actually be difficult when you've had no experience going into it. So, or maybe not as excited about the rain as I would have been if it was for the main race after doing a full sprint with a bit of rain practice. So we'll see. It might benefit us. I'm a bit skeptical. We might go a bit backwards in this one, but we'll see. There we go. Less than ideal. I would consider myself a good wet weather rider, but I'd imagine everyone else on this grid would also think the same. A decent start. Pecco down to P7. Probably wouldn't be what you call a wet weather master. Run look to the inside here. Chops her nose off. A tidy start. We've made up one position off start. A good success throughout the season so far when it has been raining, so hopefully more of the same here in Silverstone. It's a fairly short sprint, but it is a very long lap, so let's keep our eye in. Immediately the heavy braking, of course, is where I'm strong. Losing a lot on exit. Like setup is probably not perfect for these conditions, but we are managing as best we can. Very, very, very struggling to get the bike to an apex at the moment. Heavy straight line braking, I feel better, but just that initial dipping in phase where I'm trail braking just doesn't feel very good. And as always, out of the traction zones, we are a little bit at sea. As we start the penultimate lap, a very uneventful sprint so far. Elish is ahead here of both Mark and Fabio, and they can't pass them, and I can't pass them. We've lost a bit of time to the boys in front. I just can't make hay at all past these boys. They just pull out, and as we cut to it, Jorge Martin has dropped it. I've gone wide at the loop. Jorge Martin has jumped off somewhere ahead. I imagine it was through the loop as well. But that's going to be a warning. Leaves as Mark as a run. We're better on corner entry, they're better on corner exit. And essentially I've been going nowhere. Very, very little happening. Just as I cut to the kind of update, our team falls off, so we gain another position. Or we're supposed to. I think he's still on ahead of us actually. I think he didn't actually lose position because I'm still P8. Which is a bit weird. You should be losing a shorty position if you crash at all. Oh, another rider down at the loop. This time it is Vinales. He's going to stay on as well ahead of us, I'd imagine. Yes, he has. We'll see a lot of standing water areas. That's two riders. In 2 laps, we've dropped it at the loop. See, though, we're just not good through that sector at all, so we lose a lot of time to the back of Pecco. Time now to get into the last sector. Not going to be enough, though. We've pretty much held position for the whole race. I did say the start would be crucial. We're a bit wide into slow, though, but I squared off that late apex. It's been one of those sprints where relatively nothing has happened. The track's drying so fast, which we'll have to make note of for tomorrow's race. The brilliant move from Pecco if he can get that done. Does he get it done to the line? He doesn't. P8 for me. Decent overall.
As the riders return to the pits, let's take a look at the final results of this race.
So I was faster than pretty much everyone ahead of me other than the race winner on that last lap, the 208-1. So Frankie, GP23, GP24, 1 and 2. Jorge Martin after crash gets 4th. Maverick still gets a podium after crash, which is really strange. So clearly they're not losing any time at all from crashing. But yeah, decent sprint for me. Very, very, very little happened. Hoping probably for a dry race. I'd imagine I can actually have a bit more of a say in that one. But yeah, that was a good result from really a basic enough situation where we had no practice coming in, and I just didn't have anything to go past people. You can see when I had a bit of clear track on that last lap, I was able to do lap time. So just shows that Honda still just doesn't have that overtaking capabilities, and that's really causing us issues. So it is dry for the start of the race. It is meant to go cloudy and potentially very unlikely we're going to get rain, but it is going to cloud up over the race. So I would imagine it is a full dry race for today. Now, one thing I will note is I'm going to risk big hair on the tires. It's recommended medium. I'm going to go soft. It's a long track. It's a very fast and flowing track, but it puts a lot of force through the tires. So maybe I'll benefit at start and go backwards a bit, but I'm not too sure. My tire management seems pretty good on this game, so we should be okay. But I just want to note that it is a bit of a risk. But anyway, let's jump in. Okay, let's get it. Big wheelie. Big wheelie. That's cost us big. Yeah, just shocked to see him a bit timid on the entry to 1. And a bit still true firm. Go for a bit of a look into a very difficult, tight right-hander. That is the front gone through village. I got a warning for my turn 1 incident, unfortunately. Or back here with the other Hondas, we're having a mare at the start of this race, and I don't mean to show on. He's actually ahead of me for once. Up the inside we go of Augusto Fernandez. A bit of contact. I do apologise. There is said Joan Mir in front. We're going to try and get back ahead of him, as pretty much all year we have been top Honda. But it's been a real rocky start here in Silverstone, unfortunately for me. Oh, someone's out in front. I believe that to be a Red Bull KTM. Is it Mr. Jack Miller? It is. Great run out of there. And that's a good couple of positions and put us back up to top end. You can see the Repsol still has a bit over us. Not gonna lie, got to run it deep. Mir just turns into me. I had to basically release the brake not to crash. Very, very interesting decisions there from Mir to basically try and take me out. All over the back of Mir now at the moment. Looking for some way past the factory bike. He's already been ridiculously aggressive with me once. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries it again. Try to sneaky move into low field. Oh, nothing doing at the moment. Other Repsol Honda rider, Luke Romini, has fallen off at the old turn 1. So this really is being a tough weekend for Honda. You know, it's bad when I can't even make a headway on this bike. For some odd year, really, we battled. I know Jerez, we battled the other Hondas, but that was just a really bad weekend. I'm straight back into slipstream. Maybe consider leaving the brakes off on Mir, but again, I don't have any confidence in the bike. I can't stop it. Bike feels terrible here on race day, unfortunately, for whatever reason. Not the way the bike has felt all weekend. Switch to the inside. Gonna go for it. Are we gonna go for it? Does he give us space? No, we're forced onto the curb. Shock. Ah, double shifted again. And some technical issues with this bike as well. Bloody curbs as well, killing me. 2-minute lap, and that's just poor. I'd say we are a bit quicker. We're just being held up slightly here by the buses of the Hondas. Someone else has gone off in the first sector. I don't know if that's in front. It is in front. It is one of the Marcuses. It's Alex. He's going for a very interesting line here. Now up the inside of my factory colleague. Buster now all over the back of me. We were really struggling. 10 seconds off lead already. Look at the speed of that GP. 23 up the outside, but Mir again. Look at that. Not just me. I take it back. He is just pissed of being on this Honda. Just let the brakes off on Alex Marquez. Cost him and let me have a drive. Small bit of contact as well between me and the younger of the Marquez brothers. Our race really depends now on getting past Mir, who's having a road rage of a day, really. We look up into turn 1. We go for it. But we're wide. Rear end kicks out. We're going to run massively wide. We're probably going to lose position to both. Somehow Alex Marquez has gotten us. I obviously must have ran Mir wide. Expect Mir up the inside. We're under investigation for the contact. Thankfully for me, we are ahead now. There gets the track limits warning and a warning for the incident with me. But he's had a couple of them now. You can see straight away as soon as we cleared him, pace is so much better. We just dropped him immediately. Now if we can go with Alex, I'd imagine Alex's speed is decent. He's around where we qualified, so we should be able to go with him unless he has a bit of damage. And then he might become a rolling chicane. Just see there as we pick up the throttle, which is a massive wheelie. Pushes the bike so wide. Right on the back of him now. Bye-bye Ducati. I got a great run out of there. Can only just about match him. I don't have the performance in the front today, unfortunately. The only thing is we are going a lot quicker than we have all race. do feel like Alex just holds me up through a lot of these slower corners. Watch now as we come out of club, he's going to just leap away. Maybe not as much as I thought he would. He must have some sort of damage because he is beatable, I reckon. I just need to clear him. How do you pass such a dominant bike? We're going to take some weird lines to make something happen. He is properly holding us up now. We are catching Nakagami though, which is good. So, top Honda status still is on. Don't know where Zark is. I think probably Zark, would imagine, is just ahead of Nakagami. MP15! What was that Honda? Tries to throw me right off. We're on a great lap as well up until that point. Alex Marquez is now right on the back of Nakagami, and that's really held up his speed. As you can see, we're getting really held up through the slow sector at the end of the lap. Yeah, another personal best for me. We are getting quicker as this race goes on. We really need Alex to clear Nakagami. Nakagami's wide through Abbey. One of a great line through Farm. He runs wide. We're going to go for a real sweeping line around the outside. We have the better line. I think we'll have Nakagami. I don't think we'll get Alex Marquez though. We do have Nakagami. Again, we're going to go for the wide sweeper. Come back to the apex. Really parked it there. Didn't get a good exit. That's cost us. That's going to cost us down. Next straight here, out of entry. Just enough though. Hang on to P17. I think once again, now that we're back on the back of Alex, I think we are quicker. I can see points ahead. I can just see him off the road. Don't think it'll be enough though with the laps left. But again, just shows the real bad start that we have. We're on the wrong side of Alex. That won't be a good place to overtake on the outside of Vale. Go for it, Alex. Does he give us the room? More than Mir did. Not much though. Lost the front again on the curb. Big wheelie and look. Bye bye, Alex. Gone again. So this Honda is just killing me. And again, we've gotten another double shift. That's the third or fourth time that's happened. Put about a second into me. And away Alex Marquez goes again. So we have to catch them all back up again. I don't think we'll have enough to catch him or pass him. But we are catching Zarko, who is currently top Honda, so my goal is to hopefully piggyback my way onto him and still become top Honda. But this time it's going to be difficult. Don't believe it. Once again, penultimate lap, Pecco's crashed out of what would be another podium. Pecco, for some reason this year, is absolutely throwing his championship away. That is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, and there was a collision between Bezzecchi, Mark, and Francesco Bagnaia. That is crazy. I'd love to see what's gone on there, but that's definitely cost Pecco a lot more points in this championship. You'd imagine at this point he's probably out. Fabio Di Gianantonio, just in the group ahead, has gotten a long lap penalty. Should promote us one position. I'd imagine at this point in the race he won't have time to take it. We are pulling in Zarko and Cobb. Just don't have the overall speed and making too many mistakes, forcing this bike to fit into place it doesn't want to go. Alex Marquez and Zarko up ahead are going almost side by side into Village. There goes Di Gianantonio. He's going to actually rejoin pretty close to me. Oh my goodness, that's such an unsafe rejoin, and we didn't even lose the penalty. So let's go straight off track once again. Can we get great run? Can we go for it? No, we can't. So any front field today with this Honda. What's what it'd be like for the rest of the Hondas every other day of the year. Oh, Di Gianantonio so slow mid corner. Looks like we're going to come up trumps here against Zarko and the front guys. The last straight. Don't have a particularly fast bike either, so don't know what we can even think about here. As the rear end completely lets go, pushes us a bit wide. Then as soon as the bike just puts the power down, big wheelie, and we go nowhere. Oh, we're trying something on the brakes, so the shape. Look how close we are to Zarko. Unfortunately, it's going to be nil point here in Silverstone. A poor Sunday's afternoon.
While we wait for the cameras to take us to the Parc Ferme to meet the stars of the race, let's take a quick look at the final MotoGP standings.
So Pecco recovered to P8. Same, so Marquez, Bezecchi and Pecco, they must have all been done together because they all finished within kind of 0.6 of each other. So strange to see what happened there. Bastianini with another brilliant result, P1 today for him. Jorge Martin and Frankie Morbidelli, so 3 GP24s once again. They were the class of the field today at Silverstone. Fortunately for me, a miserable P16, 17, sorry, is behind Digi as well. Like my lap times are almost identical to Zarko's, so it just shows, just wasn't my day. Didn't really have anything. Surprisingly, I thought it'd be a bit quicker in the dry, but just I think the bad start, then got traffic, then a couple of warnings, had to just be careful. I think if I could have got away with the top 10, I could have done 58s a bit more comfortably with a bit more, just more clear track. I had so many issues with the bike today though, it just really was not running well for me. So it's an unfortunate one, but this is more of what we can expect with this bike. When we get P8s, P5s, P11s and stuff, these are the days where we're more brought down to reality with these results. So yeah, unfortunate day, but we go again. In the championship, we've lost a good bit of points to Maverick, and Marquez closed up to within 6 points behind me. So we've held our P5, but our margins to the riders around us aren't as nice. So we have a new turning point. New Horizons of Glory and Focus. So we'll see what comes out of this. New Horizons, that's great. Let's see what that does for us. Ah, Maverick. Imagine at this point just beat Maverick in the next 3 races, as most of them are. Turning point. Castrol Honda's LCR's new objective for galvanized Ahern, beating a standing rival such as M. Vinales in a race would confirm his good form shown. So yeah, pretty much Spielberg, we need to beat Maverick. Hopefully he goes and tries to blow his bike up. That'll make our job a little bit easier. We have a few messages. Vinales kind of saying that he's happy that he's behind me again. I'll stay friends with him. Jack. I'm not going to say anything to Jack really, to be honest. I'm going to say I'm not going to comment. And Zarko kind of praising himself because he finished ahead of me. Fair play to him. He did today. It's probably maybe the first time all year Zarko's finished ahead of me. But nonetheless, that is where we're going to leave today's episode. We go to Austria for the next race at the Rebel Ring with the stupid chicane. I can't wait for that one. It's probably going to be a ridiculously bad weekend. Looking at the track map on the left side of the screen. Lots of slow B corners where this thing is just going to go and wheelie the whole way down the straight. So we're going to have to set the bike up to be Alex Barros, Marc Marquez, Valentino Rossi, Kevin Schwantz on the brake, and then hope we can deal with the rest of the track. We're going to literally set the bike up to be the most demons on the brake because that's the only way we'll have any chance. So yeah, it's going to be a tough race weekend, that one. Again, maybe a bit of weather wouldn't be out of the imagination up in the KTM Red Bull Rings, the hills, that you could see a few drops of the wet stuff. So we'll see. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we should catch you in a future episode of MotoGP 24 Grammar. Thanks for watching. Slán go full.